Hi there and welcome to this Christmas tutorial extra special. And I was creating Christmas cards for my friends and families, and you can see here 8 setups, and I just made a splash on the background, and over that splash that I did with a watercolor paint, I'm going to draw a gnome. And I was already starting, and I thought, stop, let's show one to you. And this is my Tombow, the N55, and I'm going to do the setup with this Tombow. And in this way you can watch along with me while I do one of them. Now this one is nearly finished, and the safest way to start is just to point out where the nose is going to be. Now once you've drawn in the nose, then you can put on the left and on the right, you can just put in the pointy ears. So this is what I do. It's a very easy way to start. And then I draw in the edge of the hat that he's wearing. A nice big Christmas hat, and this is maybe a little fur. And then I spare out the white of the eyes, and the eyes are just underneath the edge of the hat. Now from underneath the rounded nose, I can draw in the moustache. And on my Patreon page, you can watch the whole process in real time. Should you want to watch me or see some prints and maybe the setup sketches, then you can find them on my Patreon page. So you can then download or draw along with me. Now underneath the beard there is the belly and the arms, and he's wearing warm gloves, and these are the boots. He's wearing big boots. And I'll just draw in a little bit of the pants, and then I will point out where the little presents are. This is a nice marking. I'm making that dark in this case, and each and every gnome that I will be drawing on my watercolor paper will be different, of course. Now this is the little pompon on the end of the hat. So let's make this hat going to the left, and you can draw in the hats any way you want. You can use stripes or flowers or little round circles or whatever you want. And here at the bottom of the drawing, I'm darkening in the dark shadows that are around the gnome and the parcels, the little presents that he has behind him. And once you have your setup done with the gray Tombow, the N55, it's called gray color, then I take the black fine liner, and then I simply point out the darker areas that really need to stay in place, of course. And this fine liner is water resistant, while the Tombow isn't. So that one is nice to combine with the watercolors. So here's underneath the beard a nice dark shadow, so the beard pops out. And when you're done, you can simply start with the watercolor process. Now this is the nose, and the nose has to be really smooth and popping forward. So I first apply a little bit of water, and then I use the Winsor & Newton designer's gouache. And I'm going to combine the designer's gouache with the pigments of my watercolor paint. So let's make that nose pop out. So I'm putting in an underlayer of the white gouache. And I also apply this to, of course, the mustache and the beard. A little bit more for the nose, a little bit less for the mustache and the beard, because the nose has to pop out, and also the fur band on the hat that he's wearing. And I want to give him a Christmassy feel. So I'm going to choose for the white fur, and then red, simply red for the hat itself. It's a Christmas hat, and well, it's a very well, playful. I've put in some flowers in the hat, and then I carefully go around the flowers and put in the red pigments of the watercolor paint. And I also apply the red for the jacket that he's wearing. So this is already giving us a real nice Christmassy feel. And he's wearing leather boots, so I simply apply the brown pigments for the boots. Just as simple as that. Just the standard brown. I thought it is Van Dyke brown or something. And what color the parcels are, the little presents, you can choose any color you want. You can make them very yellow or red. Well, I wouldn't go too much red because of the suit that the Christmas gnome is wearing. But I've chosen a little bit of pink and green, so that's okay. And then I apply the Pines Gray for the bottom part, because he needs to pop out, so I want to put in well, a nice dark underground. And I also put a little bit of the Pines Gray in the Christmas tree that's behind him. And for well, flesh color, I simply apply a little bit of yellow ochre. I put that in the face, in the nose, and in the ears. And the ears, of course, are tended to be a little bit red. Also the underneath of the nose, and just look how that pops out. It's just amazing. Now I want the top of the hat to be a little bit more bright red, so I apply again a layer of white gouache, and then I simply apply the red watercolor pigments into the white gouache. So in that way the hat brightens up a little bit more, and well, you get that feel of fabric going. And the Christmas decorations I want to be a little bit golden. And these are the eyes. I put them in with the jelly roll pen, which is a white acrylic kind of stuff, I think. And the background can use a little bit more warmth. Maybe the sun is coming from behind, so I just apply a little bit of yellow for the background. That way also the white of the edge of the hat stands out. And I put in a little bit of white gouache over the yellow to make them appear golden. So I have golden ornaments in my Christmas tree. And these are the ribbons on the presents, and the gloves should be bright white, of course. And here on the pumpkin, on the top of the nose, a little bit of white, so the nose really pops out, and the noses of the shoes should pop out. I do that with a little jelly roll pen, and then well, put here a little bit of white around the gloves, and here around the flowers. The paint has to be dry before applying the jelly roll pen. So this is my gnome, And for the final touch, I'm simply using my smallest fine liner to put in a little bit strings of beard hair and mustache hair. So just little nice tiny detail. And then my Christmas card will be ready for shipping off to one of my friends or sister or family or whatever. I hope you enjoyed it, and give this a try, of course. And should you want to watch the whole process, you can find me on my Patreon page and support me there and find the prints and ideas. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again, of course, in one of my other tutorials. Take care.